This is a shading workspace. The shader editor is used to edit materials which are used for rendering. Materials used by Cycles and Eevee are defined using a node tree. Therefore, the main window of the shader editor is the node editor. I've made some layout changes here to my liking. Feel free to copy if you want. With the controller mesh selected, go to Material, click on New to create a new material, and rename it Controller 1. Now let's start adding some nodes in the shader editor window. We're going to use 7 nodes here. Press Shift plus A, go to Input, and add a texture coordinate node. Press Shift plus A, go to Color, and add an invert color node. Press Shift plus A, go to Color, and add a mix color node. Press Shift plus A, go to Converter, and add a color ramp node. Press Shift plus A, go to Texture, and add an image texture node. Press Shift plus A, go to Texture, and add a Voronoi texture node. Press Shift plus A, go to Vector, and add a bump node. Press Ctrl plus Spacebar to expand the shader editor. At this point, it's just a matter of positioning the nodes and duplicating some of them. At the end, we're going to need 1 texture coordinate, 1 invert color, 2 mix color, 1 color ramp, 3 image textures, 1 Voronoi texture, and 2 bump nodes. Try to copy this layout I made here. It will be easy to connect and for me to explain. Connect the texture coordinate UV to all image texture vector, so they can use the unwrap we did last video. Connect the texture coordinate object to the Voronoi texture vector, so it uses an object as a source for coordinate. Set Voronoi mode to Smooth F1 and the scale to 10,000. This will create a very simple procedural plastic texture for the controller. Click Open on the first image texture node and load the mask map we've created. That will be used as a factor to control the mix color. Click Open on a second image texture node and load the bump map we've created. That will be used as a bump. Click Open on a third image texture node and load the bump mask map we've created. That will be used as a factor to control the mix color too. Change all 3 image texture color spaces to non-color. Connect the mask map image texture color to the first mix color factor. This factor controls the amount of mixing between color A and color B. The blacks in the mask will control color A and the whites will control color B. Set color A hue to 0.8, saturation to 0.15 and value to 0.2. Leave color B at 0, 0 and 0.5. Connect the mix color result to the principal shader's base color. Notice, as we are using a black and white mask, the black parts are making the mix color to show only color A and the white parts only color B. Connect the bump mask map image texture color to the second mix color factor. This bump mask will control which areas will show the colors A and B. In this case here, to control which parts will use a Voronoi texture and which parts don't. Connect the Voronoi texture distance to the invert color. This will create a negative of the Voronoi. Connect the invert color to the mix color B and set color A to black. Connect the mix color result to the first bump height and set strength to 0.1. This will make some parts of the controller to have a plastic texture from color B and some parts to be smooth from color A. Connect the first bump normal to the second bump normal. Connect the bump map image texture color to the second bump height and set strength to 0.4. As we have created a bump map with shades of gray, all lighter grays will appear to be going up, like the Nintendo logo on the plug, and all darker grays will appear to be going down, like the L and R letters from the left and right buttons. Connect the second bump normal to the principal shader's normal. Connect the invert color to the color ramp fact and set the black color value to 0.25 to make it gray, and connect the color ramp to the principal shader's roughness. The roughness controls the amount of specular reflection, where a value of 0 or black will give a perfectly sharp reflection, while 1 or white gives a diffuse reflection. Setting the Voronoi texture colors to go from white to gray will prevent parts of the mesh to have mirror-like reflections. Press the plus sign to add a new material, select the Controller 1 from the list, click this 2 to make it unique, and rename it Controller 2. Go to Bottom View, tap to Edit Mode, select this middle circle vertex, and press Ctrl++ sign to select more. Press 3 to Face Selection, L to select this UV island, Ctrl++ sign one more time, and click Assign to assign this material to these faces. Exit Edit Mode. Delete all nodes except the texture coordinate, the bump map image texture, and the second bump node. Set color to HSV 0, 0, and 0.5, and set roughness value to 0.25 to make it shinier. Press the plus sign to add a new material. Select the Controller 1 from the list, click this 2 to make it unique, and rename it Controller 3. Go to Edit Mode, select these faces, click Assign, and exit Edit Mode. Delete both bump maps, the first bump node, and the second mix color node. Rearrange if you want, connect invert color to bump height, set strength to 0.1, duplicate invert color, and place it between the image texture and the mix color node. Notice that the colors flipped inside that part of the mesh. Press the plus sign to add a new material and rename it YX. Go to Edit Mode, select both Y and X button faces, click Assign, and exit Edit Mode. Set HSV hue to 0.75, saturation to 0.5, and value to 0.5 to make a light purple color, and set roughness to 0.25 to make it shinier. Press the plus sign to add a new material, select the YX from the list, click this 2 to make it unique, and rename it BA. Go to Edit Mode, select both B and A button faces, click Assign, and exit Edit Mode. Set HSV hue to 0.75, saturation to 0.9, and value to 0.1 to make a dark purple color. Press the plus sign to add a new material and rename it Select Start. Go to Edit Mode, select both Select and Start button faces, click Assign, and exit Edit Mode. Set HSV hue to 0, saturation to 0, and value to 0.05 to make a dark gray color, and set roughness to 0.75. Press the plus sign to add a new material, select the Controller 3 from the list, click this 2 to make it unique, and rename it D-Pad Plug 1. Delete all nodes going to the base color, and set HSV value to 0.05 to make a dark gray color. Go to Edit Mode, select both D-Pad and plug faces, click Assign, and exit Edit Mode. Press the plus sign to add a new material, select the Controller 2 from the list, click this 2 to make it unique, and rename it Plug 2. Go to Edit Mode, press T to open the toolbar, Alt+Z to X-ray, change Select Box to Select Lasso, and select these vertices here. Press Ctrl++ sign 2 times to select more, exit X-ray, press 3 to face selection, and with L, select these 2 UV islands. Click Assign, exit Edit Mode, and change HSV value to 0.05 to make a dark gray color. Press the plus sign to add a new material and rename it Cable. Go to Edit Mode, click on one just to make sure nothing else is selected, and press L to select all faces. Click Assign, set all HSV values to 0 to make it full black, roughness to 0.25 to make it shinier, and exit Edit Mode. Press the plus sign to add a new material and rename it Black. Change from Principal Shader to Emission Shader, and set Strength value to 0. This will make a full black material that is not affected by light, perfect to simulate the holes in the controller mesh. Before we assign, let's make some extrusions first. Go to Edit Mode, select these 3 face loops, and extrude -0.25 on Z-axis. After the extrusion, those inner faces will still be selected. Now hold Shift+Alt and select these other face loops that are in between the front and back parts of the controller mesh. With all faces selected, click Assign and exit Edit Mode. And with that, we finished the 9th part of a Super NES controller modeling course. The next video will be the last one, Part 10, Basic Eevee Render. If you're still here, it means you are liking the content of this course. This took me a lot of time and planning to make it. So please, consider subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, and leave a comment. It's fast, simple, and most important, it's free. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.